I should be live. This is going to be a completely new stream for me. I'm not on Chess, I'm on chess.com, and I'll be commentating for the next 2.5 hours. It's a pro chess league. The Webster Windmills are playing Minnesota Blizzard. Thankfully, I'm not playing in this match. I played once for the Windmills a couple weeks ago, and it was messy. So hopefully it'll be more fun commentating, watching the games. We have a very strong lineup this week. We have Lim Lei on board 1, who's around top 20 in the world, if I'm not mistaken. And then we have Tamaz Badnus, who's like 2650 FIDE. We have Ashwin Jairam, who has been performing very well in the league so far. I think he's won something like 9 out of 12 games, and he has like a performance rating of over 2700 so far this season. So hopefully he'll keep it up. And then we have Katerina Nemtsova on board 4, who we kind of had to recruit at the last minute because a lot of people were unavailable to play. But hopefully she'll rack in some points. I think she'll be outrated every match, but we'll see how it goes. Games should be starting any minute now. Currently on the Eric Hansen game. I was afraid this was going to happen with OBS. Give me one moment. There will be some technical issues here. Exit out of that game. So 2 games have started. Not entirely sure why it did that, but that's how I learn. Let's make this visible. So round 1 we have Andrew Tang against Ashwin Jairam, which I think is a key matchup. Andrew Tang is incredible at blitz and bullet, and we need to scrape as many points off of him as possible. So that game just began. All games began, actually. And it is new for me, like doing this sort of layout with chess.com. So let me see if I switch to the Katerina game. Cool. So it should just stay like that. Sweet. Okay, so hopefully this will be instructive for the viewers. I don't know how many people are actually watching right now, but if you want to say hi in the chat, feel free. I'll try and make this as interactive as possible. And hopefully it'll be educational too, watching top-level games, apart from just playing. So we have a London in Shagnagel versus Lim Lei. London, very trendy opening these days. One of my favorite openings. I wouldn't be surprised if we see multiple Londons in this match from both sides, which I'm kind of excited about. Lim is choosing a very solid setup with Bishop e7, kind of a Queen's Indian type setup. Let's go to the Akshat Chandra against Tamaz Manus game. Here we have some Spanish with d6. And Akshat is already thinking, wow, and Tamuz has used like no time. That's weird to start thinking in this position, because d6 isn't like that rare. But that's good. I know Akshat is like notorious for taking a long time, even in rapid chess. So we'll see how that goes. Ashwin Jairam against Andrew Tang. If I'm not mistaken, Andrew played this opening last year against Josh Colas, or something similar. Queen's Gambit declined with Bishop e7. And Josh was prepared for like 18 moves, and then it fizzled out to a draw. So I'm curious. It seems like maybe both players are out of prep. Andrew's beginning to think Ashwin has already used 2 minutes. So we'll keep an eye on that. We have the first commenter, SM Checkmate. Thanks for the wishes. I think we are the favorites to win this match, but Minnesota has been surprising everyone this season. Like, they've been the underdogs in almost every match, I want to say, and they've come out on top. Actually, they have not lost a head-to-head matchup. Their only lost points of the season were in the Super Saturday. So they are a dangerous team, and they're a very solid team from board 1 to board 4. Because their board 4 is still above 2400. So let's take a look at the Katerina game against Mauricio Flores. Wow, what is this opening? Bishop f4. Oh, she played the London, okay. Oh, and she's white. E4, so it kind of transposes into a interesting perk. He plays c5, then e5, wow. Going for the kill. I just want to like sit and admire these pawns. They might be overextended, but right now they look nice. d6, knight f3, bishop g4, take. So it kind of transposed into some Benoni structure. Maybe white should be slightly better, but it's going to be a fight, like very dynamic position. So just getting underway. Hello, Priyadarshan. Thanks for the message. Let me know if the audio and video is working, if there's any improvements I can make, but hopefully it's okay. First time streaming Pro Chess League. Always lessons to be learned. Okay, black did the very typical bishop take f3. So white has a bishop pair, but black is usually happy trading a pair of minor pieces with the space deficit. I would still prefer white. Like a6 can be met with a5. And this is what we want from Katerina. We just want her to be solid, manage her time, and it's completely okay for her to draw games. Ideally, play for 2 results, either draw or win. But hopefully she won't take too many risks or go too crazy. So let's keep hopping around. Let's go back to the Lim game. A few more developments. London, I approve. Okay, so there's some comments in the chess.com chat. I don't know why AutoMod is blocking one of these messages, but I'll allow it. Real quick about this position. Honestly, I would prefer white, just with the space advantage. Usually positions like this, black wants to play knight e4, but white has e4 covered. Queen f3 is a useful move. So I'm curious how Lim will handle this, because I mean he should be the favorite to win this game even with black, but he seems to be a little bit worse. So he takes on e5. That's logical. The thing about Lim is like the position might be equal, but he'll just keep grinding, try and build up some small advantages. And he's very good at like making a game last and then creating winning chances later on. So we do have a comment from SM Checkmate. Oh, we met at the high school tournament. And I mentioned something about analyzing viewer games. Oops, those messages were out of order. Okay. I think I understand the question. If you want to send me a game, it's probably best to do so. I mean, there's many ways to contact me online. You can send me a message on Twitter, on Facebook. If you just go to imrosen.com, which I have linked from my Twitch channel, there's a contact form, so you can contact me through there. You can send me a message through chess.com, on Lichess. There's tons of places. I think I was referring to... Yeah, so about analyzing viewer games, I was referring to the lecture that the St. Louis Chess Club does. And I only work at the St. Louis Chess Club a few weeks out of the year doing the residency position. So I'll be there in August, I think. So if you want to send me games, I'll try and keep them in mind for August. But yeah, for now I don't really do any like viewers lectures on a consistent basis. More of these streams. So anyway, back to the games. This is going to be a long fight. Akshot's game. I like the time situation. Like white has a decent looking center, but just in terms of time, Tamaz is doing a nice job at managing his time. And it's somewhat dynamic. Like black's completed with development. White still has to develop the queen side. So if I had to bet money, I would pick black. Based on time, based on rating. Queen b3, maybe black can play c5. It's very typical Spanish sort of pawn break for black. Maybe also just drop back to c6. Or play a5. Grandmaster knows best. But then a3. Ah, there's some tricks here. Let's imagine a3, knight c6, queen take b7, rook b8 would trap the queen. So white probably can't get too greedy and win the b7 pawn. And Akshat, of course, is going to think for a bit longer. Let's hop to another game. Andrew Tang against Ashwin. I don't know what to make of this position. Like, white's a little bit awkward. Like this knight blocking the bishop. You can't really play knight g3 and not worry about bishop take g3. Maybe knight f4 is possible. This bishop can't really be hit. Yeah, knight f4, maybe planning bishop d3. It's usually unusual for black to have played g6 and bishop f5. And there are cases where this bishop might be awkward. Yeah, I think I would slightly prefer white. But, of course, it's going to be a fight. All these games are going to be fights. Wow, things really transformed here. How did things transform so quickly? I do see we have a question from TRX FTW, which we'll get to. But I just want to look at this. So the bishops got traded, which maybe favors white, given that like the Benoni bishop is usually a very powerful bishop if it stays on the board. And f5, really? Because e6 is very typical weakness. Knight g5, knight g7, okay. Knight e6 anyway. Wow. I don't know if Katerina's like playing strongly or just going crazy. The idea here is that if knight take e6, pawn take e6, queen take e6, there's bishop d5. And also, white might be okay sacking a pawn in some lines just to open the d-file. So, wait, what happened? Knight g5, knight g7. So knight e6, rook f7, okay. Rook e1. And then b3. b3, slow positional move. I mean, if you're white here, you can't really complain about your pieces. Like, everything seems pretty optimized. Like, the rook's perfectly placed, the knight on e6, the bishop as good as possible, queen on f4. And usually when your pieces are in good squares, good things are supposed to happen. But there's so much tension in the position. So much tension with this knight on e6. It hurts to even try and calculate here. King f1. I guess king f1 makes sense, defending the rook. So if the e-file ever opens up, there will be less tactics. Also, knight take f3 doesn't come with check. And black has some stuff to think about here. I do like the fact that Katerina's playing quickly. Up 2 minutes on the clock is not a bad advantage in rapid. The line I would calculate here is knight take f3, queen take f3, knight take e6, pawn take e6, rook take e6. But then, I mean, is black winning a pawn? There's queen d5 in the end. Maybe even some potential for queen take b7 in the end too. Wait, did I make that move or she made that move? Or he made that move? Oh, I made that move. Okay. Yeah, we're going to keep an eye on this game. In the meantime, let me get to TRX FTW. Any advice on how to study opening theory? I'm 2037 FIDE at the moment, but I don't really know how to improve my opening knowledge, and I think just memorizing lines is bad. Yeah, that's a really good question, I would say, because memorizing will only get you to a certain point. And the problem, especially with younger players, because I work with a lot of young students, and sometimes when they study openings, they'll just memorize moves. And then when their opponent deviates, they just have no understanding. So if you are going to memorize a line, it's okay, but you have to make an effort to understand every move. And that's, I mean, it takes self-discipline. Like if you're going through like some book recommendation or using an engine to build like an opening repertoire, especially when using an engine, you do have to use your brain actively when looking at moves, and you can't just like passively look at a move and like say, okay, I'll play that. You have to understand the smaller details, and it's always good when you're studying openings to like constantly ask yourself questions, and even like look at lines which maybe are suboptimal, because then it just gives you a better understanding of the position. But maybe some more practical advice, especially when it comes to opening theory or studying openings in general, is find like strong players who play your openings consistently. Like if you play the London opening, then follow Komsky, follow Carlson, follow Wesley's been playing it a lot. You want to just follow players who play your openings. If you play the Dragon, you can even go old school like Kudrin. But I think it helps like to, for every opening that you have, find at least one grandmaster who plays it consistently. And that's something that's pretty easy to do with like ChessBase these days, or even a lot of these online resources, like chessgames.com. You type in the name of the opening, then you get the consistent players. So, I mean, there's a lot of tools to study openings, and it's just about discipline, like putting in the time. The other thing I'll say, that with every game you play, you should be able to add to your opening repertoire. So every game you play, at some point your opponent will deviate from your preparation, if you're consistently playing your preparation. So that's more advice, that like even online blitz, if you're playing like training blitz games, make an effort to at least look at the openings after every game. Upendi finally caught one of my streams. I don't think I've seen that name before. So welcome. Thanks for watching. This is a very different stream than normal, because usually I play, I give simuls, I do tactics, but this is pure commentary. Wow, so Black played b6 and Katerina played rook e3. b6 was actually a useful move, because now in many lines b7 won't be hanging. Rook e3, she wants to, I can't draw arrows. She wants to double up on the e-file and make it so Black should be scared of taking on e6. Let's hop around. I do see that there are still questions, but we'll try and look at some of these games first. What is going on? How did that bishop... What? The bishop went from h6 to g7 to f8. And then it just got traded. Was that intended? What happened here? So knight f4, f3. I have a feeling Ashwin maybe missed knight h7. Very strong move, because the bishop couldn't retreat due to g5. And then, yeah, he was forced to trade off the bishop. And it may not seem like a huge issue, but the bishop pair is usually pretty valuable, especially at higher levels. I'm not crazy about this position for the white side. Black with the bishop pair. Queenside castling I like. Queenside castling is a good move. You might want to at some point play e4 and challenge this bishop on f5. Okay, it's still going to be a fight. I just glanced at the chat. Who is Mr. Rosen cheering for? You can call me Eric. You don't have to call me Mr. Rosen if you don't want to. I am cheering for the Webster Windmills, because I'm a manager for that team. I'm a player for that team. We're in first place in our division, and if we win this match, we'll have amazing chances at making the playoffs. So that means I'm cheering for Katerina Nemtsova in this game as white. I'm cheering for Ashwin Jairam as white. I'm cheering for Tamaz Banuz as black. And I'm cheering for Lim Lei also as black. Things are heating up. So probably what I'll do, I'll keep the questions in mind in the chat, but we're gonna focus on the games for the next like 10 minutes or so. But feel free to keep the questions coming, and I'll make note of answering them like between rounds. So yeah, Andrew's playing well, very positionally. This bishop on f5, which was awkward before, is now like very stable because g4 can't really be played. Ashwin might want to play bishop d3 at some point. But I do like the time situation. Especially against Andrew, you have to not get too low on time. Katerina, oh, your queen's awkward. g5, good move. Yeah, I think Katerina went a little bit too crazy in this game. Queen h2, so sad. This hurts to watch. Let's move on to another game. Akshat Chandra. Okay, so we left this game when things were pretty peaceful in the middle game. Like around here. So a3 was played, knight a6, okay. e5. So white's being kind of aggressive. Knight e4, bishop g5. It's a very tense position. I mean, there's so much tension between the pawns, pressure on the e file, pressure on the c file. This is one of the moments where I feel good to be doing the commentary. I don't actually have to stress out about this position too much. I kind of like this f5 move, though. Challenging the knight. If white takes en passant, black is probably ready to take on e4. If white doesn't take, then f4 and g5 might come. I feel like f5 is maybe an easily overlooked move too. Yeah, this line with en passant, take, 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 it still looks a little unclear. That's probably what's going to happen. Lim is 5 minutes down on the clock? What? Against their board 4? What? I mean, if Lim gets a winning position, he'll win, even if he's low on time. But this is scary. Did Lim disconnect? Uh-oh. No, okay, he clearly didn't disconnect because it shows him excellent connection, very low lag. I'll make sure he's still in the Zoom meeting room. Actually, I should make sure everyone's there. Lim is there. Katerina's there. Why don't I see Ashwin? Okay, Ashwin, I'm probably overlooking him because there's so many people. Let's look at... Sorry, it's hard to keep track of everything. I'm wearing so many hats right now. I'm a manager for the team. I'm trying to do commentary. I make sure everyone's on the same page, like between rounds with the score. So we'll keep an eye on this game. Who's better? What's the material? It's equal material. So many windows. Okay, I'm gonna have the chat open. Yeah, I know PD is watching. PD, if you want to make sure Ashwin's in Zoom. I did see him earlier, so he should be there somewhere. Okay, so black's currently down a pawn, but these two pawns are very weak. And there's also a 3-on-2 majority for black on the queen side, which, I don't know, any dynamic imbalances should favor Lim. Rook e1 looks a little bit annoying here. Let's say rook a e1, because knight take d4 runs into e8 queen. But maybe just king f7. It seems pretty controlled for black. Both pawns very weak. Black's down a pawn now, but he could very easily be up a pawn in just a few more moves. We're gonna go to the Akshat game. Wow, things are really heating up. It looks like B3 was played. Yeah, B3, things got traded. X-ray vision happening. Do have to be careful as black. C6 looks somewhat natural. But I'm not in any business to try and guess moves. Is Katarina just losing? She's still up on time. Oh, but she's just losing. Down the exchange. No comp. She has a bishop. Not enough, though. That's sad. Well, all it takes is one mouse slip to come back. This game... This game's very tense. Oh, but white's just down a pawn. How did he lose a pawn? Something happened on the king side. F4 was weak. Queen c7, good move. Okay. So... we might be in trouble this match. Or at least this first round. Because Katarina's going to lose. If Ashwin loses, it's already 2-0. We need Lim to win. Which hopefully will happen. D5 was played. Knight d4. Good move. Attack the bishop. Very patient in recapturing the pawns. So let's mark a win for Lim, hopefully. And let's look at this game, which is probably the most complex out of all of them. Pawns, it's 5 to 6, if I'm counting correctly, but this pawn's pretty dead. Black has 2 knights, which I think are usually better than knight and bishop. Oops. Hard drive just fell on the floor. Let me disconnect that. Knights are solid. D4 is potential weakness for a long time. I didn't mean to play queen take b5. So this is the current position. Time is good for black, which is good. We would love it if it stays that way. And actually, we have a time advantage in all the games. Katarina's still up on time, even though she's lost. Ashwin... If Ashwin can like somehow hold a draw, that would be amazing. But we're going to stay on the Akshat game. I feel like every game with Akshat is going to come down to some crazy time scramble when he's like below a minute in the middle game. So he's a fun player to watch in that regard. I'm going to take a quick moment, reorganize the windows. I have 2 laptops with me, so I'm going to make sure everything's under control with the stream. I'm also going to go ahead and mod Pridarshan. So PD, you have powers now in the chat. Don't abuse them. Cool. Yeah, this is going to be very tense. C6 is weak, but black's up on time. I would try and play guess and move here. Wait, black's down a pawn. Wait, this is just worse for black. We could very easily lose this first match, or this first round. We need either Ashwin or Tamaz to pull through. Also Lim. Please be winning. This is scary. Multiple points of pressure. But black is up a pawn. This is very scary. I would be scared in this position as black. Because f5 is a target, b5 is a target. There's so much pressure on the D and E files. But does white have a threat? Can black just play a move like g6? Lim is usually very good at not getting in time trouble. But I don't know what's going on here. What is white's threat? f4, okay. Take. Uh-oh. So things are trading. Oh, that's what he was calculating. Okay. That happened quickly. Tamaz blundered. Oh no. Rook takes c6. Wait, what? Queen take b5 coming? Oh, queen take b5 attacks a rook on e2. But I don't know what's going on. Can black defend everything somehow? Or he just lost another pawn? Wait, he's still down only one pawn? Wait, slow motion replay. Oh, material was equal. He lost the pawn. Now black is temporarily up the exchange, but about to lose a rook. That's not good. There's no tricks. That's not good. I don't see any tricks. That's bad. If Tamaz loses, Katerina already lost, which was expected. Ashwin under pressure. I do apologize for things blocking the board. I have so many friends on chess.com, and whenever they go online or offline, it pops up, or maybe just online. But okay, we'll try and stay focused with these games. This is looking almost like checkmate, like queen b1, or even knight take e2, and then queen b1's just over, right? Ashwin. Why is Andrew thinking here? Yeah, queen b1. Okay, so Ashwin loses. Wow, this is gonna be a fight. Ashwin hoping for some dirty stalemate trick, despite having 3 pawns. Inspired by me. Okay, let's look at the remaining 2 games. We're already down 2-0. It feels bad, but I will update the scoreboard. Let's say, oh, it's 0-2. Okay. I don't have like a team of people behind the scenes, so trying to do all of this on my own. Let's replace that. So hopefully the scoreboard is now updated. 0-2. Akshat won. I have to update the scoreboard again. Lim, please win. It's currently 3-0. Black is better here, but he has 16 seconds. This is scary. Let me give my team some moral support on Facebook. No problem. Stay strong, keep fighting. Okay. I mean, Lim is like an endgame guru. He should not lose this or draw this. He should win this, hopefully. And 2 passed pawns. He's up 2 pawns. He's gonna win this. Just don't mouse slip. And don't lose connection. C3, good move. Yeah, those pawns are nasty. Sometimes when they're separated, though, it is harder to push them. But I'm pretty sure Lim knows what he's doing. Shelter the king. All he needs to do is queen one pawn. That c pawn looks like it's headed for victory. Queen it now. Nice job. Okay. The game's in the bag, so it's going to be 3-1. I'll update the scoreboard again. 1-3. Okay, we need to fight. Take it one game at a time. So Lim 1. 0. 0. 0. Okay. And we're going to save that. So there will be a small break between games. We have 5 minutes, I believe. So, okay, PD's handling our chat. That's good. Okay, halftime show. Not even a halftime show, just a small break. I'll go back, I'll read the chat, I'll try and answer any questions. If I don't answer the question that you want answered, feel free to just repeat yourself. I don't mind. Just keep it chess related and appropriate. So SM Checkmate had some follow-up questions, it looks like. Oh, TRF. Oh, okay. Anyone you'd recommend to study for English or Yugoslav attack? Fischer? Right? Didn't Fischer play like English attack, Yugoslav attack? Trying to think who else. I mean, any like modern player who plays e4, Karyakin, Fabiano, I think they're pretty well known for playing e4 against and open Sicilians against most variations. Also Motolev, who I actually played him about 6 months ago, and I remember it was so hard to prepare for him because he was playing all these mainline open Sicilians as whites, and of course I got crushed. So yeah, use a tool like ChessBase or ChessGames.com to find players. I would go into more detail of how to do that, but we're gonna try and keep it. I'm gonna try and answer as many questions here. Did I miss anything else? Yada yada. You'll be 1600 in no time. Ooh, some recommendation. Okay, I'll check that out later. Lee chess. Okay. Okay. What is a dog's rating? Unrated. But he's good at other things, like sleeping and barking. Okay, we are going to reset. Can I even reset this? We can actually go back, like look at some of the key moments in these games. I'm curious, like how Lim got the decisive advantage. Like it did transpose into this like crazy series of exchanges. King f6 so critical. I guess there's also rook d6, but king f6 is nice. Holds on to the extra pawn, defends everything. Active king. King power, I like it. And then he won both pawns. Yeah, that's one thing I'll recommend regarding endgames. If you want to improve your endgame technique or just study endgames, take a look at Lim's games, or as many people call him, Le Quang Liem. and just find a game that's over 50 moves and like just watch how he plays, because he's just so efficient with his pieces. He's also very resourceful. I've played him twice in tournament chess, and both games he just completely outplayed me in two different sort of end games. One end game it was completely drawn and he just ground me down. The other end game I was worse and he had like flawless technique. So anyway, improve strategy. Okay. Improve strategy. I think he's a new viewer. Welcome. Thanks for watching. Game start in 1 minute. You tell my team. 1 minute. And they should load up automatically. At some point, I'm going to have to refill my tea. But for now, I'm okay. I have a little bit left. But yeah, let me know. For whoever's watching, let me know where you're from. Curious if there's viewers outside the US. Or if you are in the US, let me know what state you're in. I'm just curious what kind of reach we have. And then if you have any questions, anything chess related, anything you want to know, feel free. I'll try and answer most or all of them. If I don't answer all of them, you can send me a message on many different platforms. Ooh, Alberta, Canada. Illinois. I'm from Illinois. Sweden? Not bad. TRX FTW has another question. Can you explain when you need to play an endgame with correct technique and when with calculation? Oh, that's a difficult question. Sort of question that makes me think, like, what is he even asking? Correct technique is when like you have a clear advantage and you have to convert, right? And technique is usually about the clearest and cleanest way of converting an advantage. So the two can kind of overlap. Like they're not exclusive from each other. Calculation is simply when it's somewhat forcing, when there's either like a pawn race or some combination, or even when there's not so many pieces on the board and you have to basically solve the position to figure out what's going on. It would be probably more helpful to look at some examples regarding technique and calculation, but both of them are important for endgames. So, but anyway, let's take a quick look at the games. Wow, so another London. What is this line? He played knight c3 so early. Clear ideas of knight b5. Like there's a funny trap if black plays knight c6, knight b5 is like almost winning or is winning. So that's why Katerina played a6 and then Andrew took on c5 and then knight c6. I like knight c6, just simply preparing e5, also preventing b4. Bishop b5 is prevented. Knight f3 makes sense. I would guess Katerina will play e6 and try and recapture the pawn. Yeah, interesting opening. I mean, I'm hoping it's not too harmful for black, but we'll keep an eye on it. Improved strategy. Thanks for the comment. I love your lectures. They are the best. Ooh, thank you. Let me screenshot that. I'm trying to collect screenshots of nice comments. I like asking hard questions. Okay. If you ask too many hard questions, I'm gonna just get tired. So just pace yourself. How do you suggest dealing with time pressure in tournaments? Oh, okay. This question I can just direct you to a blog article that I wrote. And maybe even, let me see if I can access it through my website. It would be easiest. Media. Will this work? No. Eric Rosen, time trouble. I'm just trying to find the article. Eric Rosen, time management, maybe? Come on. Okay, if you Google my name and time management, it's like the fourth result. I'll just share it in the chat. Tamaz is not on board? What? Shoot. Okay. Oh, he has bad connection. What's going on? Member offline. Okay, I have to take a break because we have some issue with our team. Tamaz. It's not a good sign. I mean, this is time odds. I know I'm still on stream, which it's kind of awkward, but not online for 35 minutes. Okay, can we call him? Can Peter call him? Okay. Oh, he's back. Okay, that's good. That was weird. What does that sound? Okay, so many things are happening. I just have to make sure that's not like the fire alarm. Let me minimize some stuff. I might just be right back. Or is that the phone ringing? What does that sound? Okay, I'm gonna leave it on Lim's game. Our top player, our biggest hope. He's playing Akchat. I will be right back. Okay, nothing to be concerned about. Just a phone ringing, but I think the phone has like a different ringtone. Shoot, I just spilled tea all over the place. Wow. Okay. Well, that's the nature of Twitch doing these raw live streams. It's not bad. At least it didn't spill on the laptop. Okay, back to the games. Let me reorganize my windows. Yeah, it wasn't a fire alarm. Thank you for the concern. But okay, let's do a quick like walkthrough of all the games just to get first impressions. I like Lim's position, but like, why is he using so much time? He spent over a minute on move 9. I mean, this should be opening theory, I would think. But maybe Akshad is playing weirdly. The c6 before d5. I mean, I like White's position. It should be okay. Katerina blundered? No! Please tell me that... Oh no. Wait, what? Where's the blunder? e6... Knight a4, knight e4, okay. Okay. Oh, she forgot that. What did she forget about? I mean, she's down a pawn. She's been down a pawn since d takes c5. Oh, okay. Pure Darshan is just not seeing things. That's good. That's what I was hoping for. But this is a crazy position. A lot of things are attacked. This knight's hanging. This knight's hanging. The king's no longer ever going to castle. There's so much pressure on d5. And black is winning back the pawn if she wants to take on c6. She also has ideas, not right away, but maybe at some point bishop take f3, knight d2 check. Also ideas rook d7. I don't mind her position. I might even prefer black here. Slightly worse pawn structure, but black has more piece activity, about to control the d-file, safer king. and she has a slight time advantage. Maybe Z Fox disagrees. But does Z Fox like Andrew in the position or just like Andrew as a person? Because those are two very different things. Okay, we're going to move on. Let's look at Tomas' game, giving his opponent time odds, but very reasonable position, some sort of symmetrical Grunfeld. It started out very symmetrically. And then d4, d6, so more of a kind of King's Indian. And then, like, the moment black plays g5, it's more resembling a Grunfeld. So, maybe a slight pull for white, but he does have to watch his time. Sean Nagel, very efficient player when it comes to time management. And I actually played Sean Nagel last year, and he was smashing me, but then he mouse slipped and like hung all his pieces, and somehow I won. So, but when he doesn't mouse slip, he's a really good player. Let's look at the only game we haven't looked at yet, which is Mauricio Flores against Ashwin. Catalan, bishop b4 check, bishop d6. I think the idea of bishop d6 is to go into some of these like stonewall positions, like eventually the eventual knight e4 followed by f5. But that didn't happen, of course. And they reached some other position, f5. Ambitious. b6. This is interesting. f5 is usually weakening, but here, I mean, it's giving black some nice central control. e6 isn't really a big weakness. The bishop on e4 is very strong. Some light squares weak in white's position. But on the other hand, white is pretty stable. Like, things are maybe still under control, and it's a question of whether black can continue to improve and make progress. So we're gonna move on. Let's leave a game open. What's the most interesting game? Probably this game. She took with pawn and then h3. So we'll leave that open. I'll glance at the chat. Fire alarm. Raid from Braden. Am I being raided? What's going on? I still don't fully understand the concept of a raid, but thank you, I guess. Did you get a GM norm? If that question was for me, I have no GM norms, unfortunately. I was close twice. I was actually the one person who killed my chances at a GM norm was none other than Ashwin Jayaram, who's playing this game as black. I needed to beat him in the last round of Chicago Open in, I think it was 2015. And I was beating him. I was up a full rook. And then I just gave him a rook back when I could have just kept the rook and be winning. And that was really disappointing, because if I won that game, I would have got a GM norm. I would have tied for first place at Chicago Open with Jeffrey Zhang, ahead of like all these strong GMs, including Komsky. I also would have won like $7,500. So that was probably the most disappointing draw that I've ever had. All thanks to Ashwin, but that's life. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger sometimes. I don't know if I'm missing any other really important comments right now. We're going to keep an eye on the games. Ashwin being very ambitious with knight c2. I mean, I don't know what his plan is after rook c1. Like, he is having some threat of bishop d3, but the problem is rook c1, bishop d3, rook takes c2. And black's not winning material. Oh, maybe he just wants to take on f3. Like, take on f3 and take on d4. He gives up... Whoa, that's actually really complicated. Because he's giving up some exchange, but he has knight e2 in the end. Okay, let's calculate. So, oh, it's happening. Bishop take f3. queen take f3. There's also bishop take f3, but knight take d4. So let's start with queen take f3, knight take d4, queen take a8, queen take a8, bishop take a8, knight e2 check, king, let's say g2, knight takes c1. I think that's okay for black, winning a pawn. And if bishop take f3, knight take d4, bishop take a8, queen take a8, black's down in exchange, but there's comp. And there's threats of knight f3. And if f3, there's bishop c5. Whoa, it's happening. They're playing so fast. So queen take a8, bishop take a8. No, okay, knight e2 first, fine. Or will he take the rook first? I guess there's a few options. But he takes the queen, take the rook. Black maybe is just up a pawn. And Ashwin is maybe just a beast. This is looking good. Because the knight can't get trapped. He even has threats of knight take a2 if this bishop moves. I like it. Nice calculation. Surprised he played it so quickly. But he probably just calculated, like he spent all his time, like these 3 minutes he spent on knight c2, he probably just saw that whole line. Bishop c6 played. White might have some comp with the bishop pair, but hopefully it's not too much. Knight take a2 runs into rook a1. So probably knight d3. Okay, things are kind of settling down wherever the knight moves. We're going to keep going. Katerina, huge time advantage. 10 minutes to 5 minutes. She played rook d7. Andrew spent almost 4 minutes on queen c2. That's a good sign. If you're making Andrew think, then he probably is a bit uncomfortable. But it's still very complex. Black has some initiative. Bishop f5, candidate move. Bishop take f3, knight d2, also something to look into. Okay, Braden is asking about knight d3 and bishop c5 in the Ashwin game. Knight d3 was played. Oh, bishop c5 for black. That's an idea. But bishop c3 was played. Yeah, bishop c5. White's probably has some move like f4. So bishop e5. Like black just wants to equalize. I like bishop e5. He's basically just forcing the trade. And b2 under pressure in many lines. Bishop e5 is a nice move. Okay, so Katerina doing well. Ashwin doing well. Tamaz with the time odds has a reasonable position. Actually, maybe some positional edge, because c6 is sort of a backward pawn. White's structure is clearly better here. 2 pawn islands versus 3 pawn islands. But it's going to be a fight. But at least Tamaz is connected and playing. Now this position, how many pawns does each side have? So white's down a pawn, and black has a bishop here. But white has more activity. But is it enough? This is sharp. If white can win back a pawn, it should be better for white. I just like white's pieces better than black's. But the question is, can he win back the pawn? Not sure. But this is one of the reasons why I enjoy watching, especially watching Lim play, is because when I'm not sure what to do in a position, he'll play and he shows you what to do. And then I just kind of watch in awe. Like h4, like that's a nice move. Preparing some, maybe knight g5, maybe even h5. Go for some kingside attack. And I think it's important to keep in mind some tactical possibilities. Like in some positions where black wants to play c5, it runs into knight f6 and bishop take b7, winning material. So, tall rules, rooting for Webster. Thanks for the support. Couldn't black play bishop take d4 instead of bishop g7 in this game? Oh, in this game, yeah. Bishop take d4, it wins a pawn, but it opens a file. And I assume rook d1, and white has a lot of compensation. Because c5 is met with knight. Oops. I'm struggling here. Bishop take d4, rook d1, c5 is met with knight f6, and e5 is probably met with some... Actually, I don't know. Bishop takes d4, rook d1, e5. Maybe knight d2. White would win back at least a pawn. But it would be complicated for sure. Knight d2, c4 is attacked. Yeah, I don't know. Akshat didn't want to take the risk. Because when you lose pawns, you open files. It's one of the strategies Lim is using in this game. Oh, I forgot to tweet, but I think PD is handling the Twitter. I just got the notification. That's cool. Okay. What game to look at? So this is a fight, but I do like Lim's chances because he is Lim. Tamaz, sharp position. But I like white's position. Because c6 is still under pressure. But both sides are trying to attack on the king side. So it could get messy. But I have a feeling that like if someday ever queens get traded, then white should just have a nice positional edge. But I don't know, very imbalanced. Let's move on. This game, black's just up a pawn. Go Ashwin. And the Katerina game, still up on time. Things have kind of settled down. So she went for this knight d2 immediately. Wow, okay. And then she took with knight, so she keeps her bishop pair. And then she castles. King g2. I mean, I think I would still prefer black, but Andrew is kind of managing to untangle. The king side actually looks pretty well defended for white. And then white wants to focus on these weak pawns at some point, like queen a4, rook c1, so there's some concerns, but I mean, you gotta give it to black for having more chances. Like the rook can come to d8, maybe to d2. It's a fight. Untangle, I like it. You can't spell untangle without tang. And you can't spell Ashwin without win. Those are some worthy tweets right there for PD. Let's look at the... Oh, she plays f6. Ooh, positional. She wants to play e5 and make this bishop depressed. That makes sense. She also wants to improve her bishop, potentially. My only concern with this game is it could last a lot longer and Katerina just has to manage her time. Because Andrew is like 2800 in bullet. e4 makes sense. Maybe we'll just stay with this game. Unless people, like if someone wants me to focus on a game, just let me know. Bishop c5. Bishop c5 is an attacking move, it's also a preventive move. She's preventing bishop e3 and she's attacking f2. She's also attacking b2. Wow, so multi-purpose. Some nice chess. f6 was nice, bishop c5 is nice. black might be winning a pawn. And white probably needs to defend f2. Losing f2, it just weakens the king a lot. So maybe bishop g3, but like the problem for white, bishop g3, some eventual e5, or maybe queen take b2 and then eventually e5. And this bishop would be stuck for a while. So Braden is saying rook f1, queen take b2, bishop take a6. That's a line. Yeah. But I have a feeling that black is more concerned about just piece activity rather than pawns. So it'd be a trade, but black is still active. Queen b3 is a reasonable move. So now if black takes on f2, the queen's gonna get traded, and then white can take on a6. This could liquidate pretty quickly into a draw, or just like a very drawish endgame. Or it could stay sharp, like bishop take f2, queen take e6. Okay, it's liquidating. e5 probably coming. Yeah, e5 is important because now the rook can access b8. And these b-pawns are just as weak as Katerina's isolated pawns. PD is saying Tamaz in trouble? What's going on here? I liked the position earlier, but he just hung e2? What? Maybe he had to take? Doesn't look like white intended this. Unless he's somehow getting counterplay. He is threatening c6. And c5 looks like a move. But black's up a pawn. And white has to prove himself here. And rook e1. Rook e1 almost traps a queen, but there's queen b5. Wait, it's black's move. Okay, yeah, it's black's move. So I'm sure he's debating whether or not to play c5. Which looks like one of the only candidate moves. Unless he wants to sack back the pawn. Anton squared me in the chat. Nagel is a Blizzard's secret weapon. Yeah. But we also have a secret weapon. Lim Lei. Hopefully he's doing his job. I guess he's not very secret. He's just a weapon. A3. Making the knight commit to somewhere. Akshot's debating between knight d3 and knight d5. And maybe knight a6, but probably not. Yeah, we're not very good at keeping secrets, I guess. So this game's a fight still. This game d3 was played. Wow. Can he play rook e1? Does that trap the queen? I guess it would lose 2 rooks because take white's losing 2 rooks. So rook b1 first. This is scary. Queen c4, knight c2. Wait, what? I don't think that's the right game. Oh, this game. Queen c4? He could have played queen c4. And then Braden saying knight c2. No, queen c4 and knight c2, there's knight e2. And black's knight is just about trapped. I don't know why Lim didn't take on c4. Oh, maybe bishop a6. I can't... I'm so bad at drawing arrows. But you get the point. Queen takes c4, bishop a6. Simple tactics. Okay, we're gonna... I don't know which game to look at. They're all exciting. Any games where Okay, there's time trouble in this game. Akshat is below a minute. And the position is just blowing up, which should go in Lim's favor. But Lim has 2 minutes. Doesn't seem like a lot of time, but it is more time compared to Akshat. So hopefully Lim can win that. Tamaz played Rook B1. Okay. Oh, I haven't looked at this game in a while. Ashwin's still up a pawn, so he's playing for a win. This pass pawn should win him the game, I would hope. A5, so positional. It's so useful just to keep pawns on the dark squares out of reach from the bishop. Okay, should be winning. Akshat is also a secret weapon. Yeah, we didn't know he was on their team until Monday when the pairings went up. Like, Akshat lives in St. Louis. We were thinking about messaging him, but guess it wasn't to be. So if Ashwin can win this... Oh, we haven't looked at the Katerina game. Whoa. It's probably a draw, but don't blunder. Just King F8. Just draw. Like, a draw against Andrew is a great result. Is there any game where Akshat isn't in time trouble? Probably not. And shout out to Z Nation Chess, one of my only subscribers. Also one of my only moderators. Thanks for joining. I played Akshat once in a Blitz tournament. It was like a 9-round event. We played in the last round, and we were playing for first place. There was a lot of money on the line, like maybe $200-300, and there was no delay. It was just 5 minutes, no delay. And we got to some time scramble where I flagged him with 1 second left. And I only managed to flag him by like moving my rook close to the clock and being able to move faster than him. It was dirty, but it did win me a few $100s. I felt kind of bad, but that's life. So this should be a draw. Like Katerina, just don't go crazy. Rook b4, fine. Put the pawn on a4, and then just wait. So if that's a draw... Whoa! They both queened. Wow. I mean, black should win this, but it's not trivial. But if he stays above a minute, this should be winning. Like, everything's defended. He'll slowly but surely make progress. White's king is shut out. Just keep calm. Play chess. So, Tamaz went from being down on time and giving his opponent time odds to now being up on time. Material is equal. This pawn on e2 looks like a strength, but it could be a weakness. But there's so much stuff happening with the rooks. I don't know what's going on. If he can win the e2 pawn, I mean, there's chances to win this. And then the Lim game, everyone's in time trouble. Can Lim... Whoa. Akshat about to flag? Equal material. Let's stay with this game. Akshat, always fun to watch. H7 is coming. Or Queen e4 maybe? Queen e4, nice. Wait, did he just lose the pawn? Okay, Queen a8, good. Pin the bishop. Oh, don't lose this Lim. G4, okay. Good. Take the pawn. Opposite color bishops are usually drawish, except when there's queens on the board. Then it comes down to whoever's attacking. Queen h7, nice. But can he make progress? This might just be a draw. Yeah, he's just going for the draw. Okay, so Lim draws. Their secret weapon drew our not-so-secret weapon. Moving on, Tamaz. Tamaz won the e2 pawn. He's on his way to try and grind down his opponent, and he's up on time. That's good. Uh, Real quick, I have to give Lim the score. Um, Everyone's still playing. Oh, Ashwin won. Okay, that's good. I'll update the scoreboard once all the games finish. This is just winning, right? Just push the pawn. Yes. Queen h8 or queen e5. Good move. Okay, Tamaz won. So 2.5. Okay, Katerina, don't go crazy. Whoa! Don't flag, don't flag. Okay. 3 seconds. Don't flag. King f4. Don't flag. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, just gain time. Gain time. Yes. Gain time. Claim threefold. It's fine. Draw's fine. It ties the match. Good job, Katerina. I think she went crazy, but she stayed controlled. Wow. So Andrew like almost played for a win, took some risk. Yeah, that was almost winning. Crazy. TRX FTW, are you gonna end the stream after round 4? So yeah, I'm gonna end the stream, but I might come back later tonight with some other stuff, depending on how tired I am. So that was a long match. Let me check the time. We started at 15. So the next game starts in 5 minutes. Next round starts in 5 minutes. Stay in Zoom and live chess. Okay, let me go ahead, update the scoreboard. There's a lot to juggle here. This is tough. So the current match score is 4-4. We lost the first round 3-1, and then we won the next round 3-1. And the individual results: Lim just drew Akshat. Tamaz just won. Wow. Miracle worker. He won. Ashwin won. And then Katerina drew. Good comeback. Let me save that. Control S. Hopefully it updated. Save. Did it update? It updated. Awesome. Okay. So, small break. The next one starts in 4 minutes. Let me look at the chat. I'll answer any questions. I might just use this time to cool down, so I'm not going to do anything too intensive. If you're going to ask questions, ask some easy questions. Braden. So Braden was asking what's the score. It is updated on the stream. It's 4-4. Anton Squared Me he looks like a Blizzard fan. Just said fudge, which usually doesn't have the best connotation. TRX FTW. It's 1:30 a.m. Where are you? Is he from Sweden? Or maybe Europe? I don't know. Okay, so Anton Squared Me is from Minnesota. Interesting. I will keep him. I'll allow him to keep commenting as long as he stays civilized. John played Akshat last week in St. Louis. Oh, so maybe John is a problem. He stole Akshat. That's too bad. Agent for Bartholomew. Interesting. Like a secret agent or just a public agent? Do you like sloths? I compete with sloths. Like, they're sleepy, but I'm sleepy. It's a matter of who's the sleepiest. Netherlands, interesting. Okay. Netherlands is what, like 8 hours something? 8 or 7 hours. I'm gonna be right back. I lost a lot of tea from spilling it all over the place. So let me get something easier to drink. I'll be back in like a minute. In the meantime, I'll just leave a game open. Which game to watch? Eric Hansen, why not? Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, got some good old-fashioned water. Not yet at the beer point. Let's stick with water for now. Okay, we're gonna... so many things to do. I'm gonna make sure everyone is still in live chess and in Zoom. So Lim, okay, Katarina's online, Lim's online, Tamaz is online. Ashwin, where are you? Ashwin's online, that's good. Looks like everyone's in the meeting. Lim, Ashwin, Tamaz, Katarina, awesome. Okay, so the game should start any moment now, or the games did start. Let's get out of the Eric Hansen game. And let's take a look at the games. Sean Nagel playing Knight f3, going into some English ready type stuff. Could transpose into some Catalan. Akshat Chandra playing some Fianchetto, also ready. Wow, everyone's playing the ready. Everyone's playing Knight f3. Last game. Oh my gosh. I've never seen so many readies in my life. Knight f3 every game on move 1. It's like these are almost the same games. Except this game, I guess I forgot about. This game's not a ready. There are 3 readies though. This game is... oh, it's the same opening that Ashwin played, sort of. But with g4, h4, g5. He keeps pushing his pawns. Okay, I assume that's some theory. I'm trying to remember who played that at US Championships. I want to say it was Fabiano against Lenderman. Fabiano Lenderman 2016. Let's check my my memory ability. Lenderman was white and lost pretty terribly. And then Jeffrey Zhang was really impressed by Fabiano playing this line as black. Am I right? Yeah, it's same line. Hey, my memory is not as bad as I thought it was. I'm just gonna share that game in the Twitch chat because that was a really cool game. And it shows how black can win with this opening. Lenderman, Fabiano 2016. And chess games. So feel free if you just want to see a high quality game. How to win with the Queen's Gambit declined. This is one good line to know for black. There you go. I assume Lim is well prepared. And if I remember correctly, this is a pretty sharp, dynamic line. Like, both sides have chances. So anything can happen. But I like the matchup. Like, Andrew has a lot of experience playing, like, very strong GMs and in quick time controls online. I know he's played Carlsen many times, Nakamura many times. But I don't know how many times he's played Lim, so we'll see what happens. Let's see how the ready games are going. Brayden wants to see some closed Roys. Gonna have to wait, unfortunately. This game somehow transposed into... What do we call this? A Tarash? I think this is a Tarash. I think he maybe tricked Katarina. I don't know if she plays a Tarash. But I don't think it's a bad opening, especially for Rapid. Like, Black gets piece activity in space from early on. What is this? Some kind of closed Catalan. Black played some Grunfeld setup. But White has bishops. It could be a long grind. And then Ashwin. Oh, this is actually... I have some experience with this line. Except... not this move order. I know the line where White plays knight a3 and then bishop take a3. But with a6 included, it looks similar. Usually Black gives back the pawn, because Black is up a pawn in this position. And then the plan for Black is just to play knight c6, bishop e6. Usually something like knight d7 and f6. Just solidify. White has two bishops, but some slightly weak pawns on the queen side. So, it is round 3. Match is tied, 4-4. Still going to be a fight. Given the way the first round went, I think it's anyone's match. It's going to be close. I am checking in the... I am looking in the chat, so if anyone has any games you want me to look at, any questions, send them my way. TRX, FTW. I know where White plays bishop take h6, and Black plays knight h6. What? Oh, in French. Oh, I know what he's talking about. There's some resemblance to the French. Like, you get a bad pawn structure as Whites, but here you have two bishops in a relatively open position. Too much ready. Yeah, for anyone watching, if you want to be entertained, you can follow us on Twitter. Our Twitter handle is Webster Windmill. We couldn't get Webster Windmills because it's beyond the character limit for a Twitter username. So Webster Windmill. Chess Bros are losing again. Ouch. They're playing St. Louis, right? I haven't checked the score in the other matches. Yeah, archbishops are doing well. What are our odds? Ooh, that's nice. So the chess.com, whatever algorithm, they're giving us a 59% chance to win this match. So that's nice. But you can never trust numbers. Sometimes they're deceiving. Z Nation Chess is asking if Fabi is smacking them down. Fabi is not playing for some reason. I think Fedosev's playing. Who else is playing? Akobian, Jerabuk, and Forrest Chen. I think I'm right with that, but don't trust me. Oh, I have a Fabiano story. It's a terrible story, but it happened the other day, and I was so proud of it. So there's a social media platform I follow Fabiano on, and he posted a picture of like this lake, and the lake was like half ice and half water, and he had a caption that said, what did it say? It said half a frozen lake. And then I saw the Snapchat, like I didn't really think, or I saw the yeah, it was Snapchat, but I saw the picture. I didn't think much of it. And then I was at this like Starbucks, and I was getting coffee, and I was thinking of getting a snack, and the only snacks I'd had were like muffins, and they were like those prepackaged muffins, and there were 6 of them. And then it dinged in my or like I had this light bulb moment where there were 6 of them and they were muffins. So I took a picture of them and sent it to him and captioned it half a dozen cake, um, which I thought was a great response to half a frozen lake. But anyway, that was a terrible story. Let's move on with the games. Ashwin defending his e-pawn. Wait, 90%? Oh, they could say anything from 10% to 90%. Yeah, the numbers are never accurate. The numbers only look at ratings and they don't look at Andrew Tang, which is a big factor for the Blizzard. So they very easily overlook secret weapons. This is interesting though. Like, this bishop is now happy, but this bishop is now sad. H3 might be coming at some point. Also, white can win a couple different pawns. Like, white could probably win either pawn. Like, what's wrong with... Well, I guess knight take e4 walks into some pin. Also, knight take e4 could run into knight take e4, bishop take e4, queen take e4, and then d2 hangs in the end. So, I don't know. Queen takes e4, logical. I was about to suggest rook e8, but f7 would be hanging. Maybe knight e5 is a move. Or maybe just, I don't know, queen e7. I have a feeling e4 is pretty weak though. Because white already has 3 attackers. He can play bishop take f6 whenever he wants. The base camps just got stronger. Ray Robson is here. Shout out to Ray Robson. Hopefully not judging me too much on my commentary. Probably not even watching my commentary to be real. But oh, Braden's suggesting bishop g6 and then rook e8. It looks slow, but maybe. Let's try and find a more exciting game. This game is ripe for excitement. Opposite side castling, open G file, and it's no, it's not Akshat, it's Andrew against Lim. Our 2 weapons. Or one of them is ours, one of them is theirs. But okay, this is going to be exciting. I like the fact that there's all these weaknesses along this diagonal, given black is committed to h6. Knight f3, knight e5 looks like such a simple plan, followed by rook g1. I mean, this position seems easier to play for white. But knight g4, hitting the bishop, hitting f2, knight f3 anyway. I guess he doesn't care about the bishop, he just wants the e5 square for the knight. And then once he can infiltrate e5, there's going to be more opportunities. Knight g6 possibilities, even queen g6 or bishop g6. G6, such a big weakness. Also rook g1 coming. Someone offered a draw? What? Who offered the draw? Katerina didn't. Maybe I'm just going crazy. I thought I heard the draw offer noise. But maybe not. That's strange. Oh, Tamaz declined to draw. I guess that's a good thing if he's playing for a win. So is this position. Yeah, maybe he didn't hear the draw offer. Which you never know, in the grand scheme of things, if that's a good or bad thing. It's a sharp position though. Like, black might try and do something on the king side, maybe someday prepare g5. In the meantime, white has some positional ideas on the queen side. b7 is the target. And white still has the 2 bishops. The c file might be opening up. So stuff is happening. Let's try and make predictions based on the games so far. I'm gonna predict that Lim will win just simply with all these arrows. I mean, the position just looks very rich with ideas for white. The Akshat game, Katarina's up on time, which I like. Not the most difficult thing to do against Akshat, but what happened? So she's holding on to her D pawn. I think best case scenario, this is a draw, but I feel like Akshat is gonna somehow make use of his two bishops and the fact that he's playing against a weak D pawn. So we'll give it to Akshat. But I do have hope in Katarina. This game, the position transformed. Bishop b6 was played. And it's still sharp. I think I like white, though. Or do I? I don't know. Because bishop e2, knight d5 comes. The queen has to move away. The knight's super solid on d5. I mean, objectively, it's probably equal. But maybe white's pushing for something. If he can get the pawn to a5, and then have all this potential with a6, and then these two pawns could someday be destabilized. Yeah, I would rather be white here. So, if Tamaz can win that... What's going on here? Oh, this was a weird e4, pawn e4 game. I'm trying to count. Black's down a pawn. But these pawns are slightly better than one pawn. This is a weird position. It's 4-on-2 on the king side. White's probably just better. And Sean Nagel's strong. He's using his time well. Okay, we need some good stuff to happen for us. Hop around these games just a little bit. Yeah, we'll stay on this game for a little bit. Look on the other screen. I'm gonna check out Twitter too, see if there's anything notable that I'm missing. Have some support from the one and only Susan Polgar. Keep up the momentum. John Bartholomew is tweeting, sweating the blizzards, yada yada, big match. Okay, lots of smiley faces for some reason. Anything else notable? Double bishops. Whoa. I like the pig. That's a nice pig. If anyone watching isn't on Twitter, go on Twitter, check out the pig. That's nice. Okay, back to the games. Rook f1, that looks passive. Yeah, it's gonna be a fight. White's slow playing this. This knight e5 move is gonna have to wait. And Andrew's done a good job of kind of neutralizing white's play. Like knight g4, good move. And then bishop d6, good move. And just having things under control. Knight f4. Uh-oh. I think Lim overlooked that. Oh no. He's losing a pawn? Wait. Or he just won a piece. What's going on? I will admit, I didn't see knight d2. And maybe Andrew didn't see it either. Maybe he just assumed he was winning the knight. But knight d2... maybe there's some comp, like queen take d4, but... Okay, he took on d4. But he spent 17 seconds to take. Okay, it's getting sharp. This is what we watch chess for. Black has 2 pawns for the piece. I mean, I would prefer white just because Lim is white. But extra piece is an extra piece. F2 might be falling, but I don't think it's a huge deal. As long as white can somehow get initiative. Or at least keep things somewhat defended. Rook G1 anytime. Build up that pressure. That's a very good sign that black is thinking here. I'm guessing he probably just forgot about knight d2. But he spent almost a minute on knight f4. You would think this is the main line he's calculating. But 8 minutes for white, extra piece. SM checkmate is asking knight take f2, knight f3. Knight f3. Attack the queen, obstruct the rook. It might run into queen f4. And then white might have to go back to d2. So, I don't know. Maybe it would lead to some repetition. But knight take f2, I mean, maybe just rook g1. Or rook h2, yeah. Okay, let's hop around a little bit more. Ashwin has passed pawns, but white has 2 pieces. This is actually really interesting. I mean, you gotta favor white here, given the knight and bishop. Like, if white can blockade the pawns. If he can't blockade the pawns, that would be good for black. And sometimes this position is easier to play for black, because really all you gotta do is push pawns. And it's a question of how white can place his pieces to stop the pawns. So Sean Nagel's going to be thinking, Tamaz already won? How did he win? Won by resignation. What? Oh, wow. What? Queen c7, queen c8, queen take a5. That's a blunder. Black had to play like rook a8 back. Wow, so sneaky. Not even sneaky, that's just a blunder. Well, nice job, Tamaz. That's a crucial point, given that we need all the points that we can get. I'll go ahead, I'll update the scoreboard. Tamaz beats Mauricio Flores in the first game to finish in round 3. The match score is 5-4. This is the first time we're leading the match. It's a miracle. Just gotta keep it up. Control save. JPEG, enter, replace. Okay. So only 3 games left. And Tamaz gets some rest. That's nice. Braden's asking what's my longest win streak over the board. I don't even know. I guess you could ask like my FIDE win streak and my US chess win streak. I'm sure they're different. I have no idea. Maybe there was one year I went 7 out of 7 at the high school nationals. And then if you count my tournaments before and after that, it would probably be at least 10 games, I would hope. But I don't know. Not memorable enough to keep track of. This game, huge time advantage. This game, still a reasonable time advantage for Katerina. I like the transformation. She got her pawn to e4, so she no longer has the IQP. White still has the bishop pair, but Katerina is good at putting her pieces on logical squares. We saw this in the other game too. I think her first round game. So everything kind of makes sense. Rook's in the center, bishop on b7. And Akshot's thinking. So that's nice. So I think we're pretty comfortable in these two games with Katarina and Lim. The Ashwin game is probably the craziest. Ooh, he might be winning the a5 pawn. If he can win a5 and then have 3 connected passers, even if he loses 1 passer, he would still have 2 connected passers. Just take on a5. And then there's rook a2 ideas. And this is sharp. White wants to win b3 as quickly as possible. So some move like knight d2 or bishop d1. The problem is that black's pawns are coming down quickly. I actually don't know what's going on here. Knight d2, good move, attacking b3 and c6. I'm guessing Ashwin will have to lose 1 pawn. This is a position to calculate which pawn to lose. Does he want to... I mean, the move to defend b3 would be rook a3 and then push the a pawn, but it looks a little bit awkward. He could go for c5, but it might be too slow. Oh, I forgot that bishop take c6 could be met with rook take g4, so maybe rook a3 is a move here. And then at least make white think whether or not to take on c6. But he plays c5, okay. So probably rook take b3. Braden's giving some long line. c5, rook take b3, rook take b3, rook b5, and maybe c4. It's possible. Yeah, these endgames are sometimes hard to judge, whether or not the knight and the bishop can manage to effectively blockade the passed pawns. If black keeps the outside a pawn, it's probably a bigger advantage, or at least some hope to play for a win. And it's good that white's thinking here. Let's quickly hop over to the Lim game because he might win very quickly. Still up a piece for 2 pawns. Huge time advantage. Andrew, less than 20 seconds. Maybe about to flag. Okay, this is just over. Let's go on to the Ashwin game. Oh, so Ashwin is playing like Braden, except Ashwin played rook take b3 first. And they get to this position. It's complicated. c4 is a threat. If the knight moves and a5 comes. Wow. Oh, he's also threatening rook take g4 with check. It's easier to play for black. Not sure if white can somehow get a setup. Like if white gets a knight to c3 and gets a king in. Wait, what? Oh, maybe that wasn't a bad move. Rook b5, knight take a6, rook take e4, or rook take d5. That was a good bailout from white. This should be a draw. Knight in 4 versus rook in 2. White's going to play for a win, though. This will probably be the longest game, I would guess. Andrew Ting, 2 seconds left. Lim has so much time just to think. That's nice. We'll watch this end. And then we'll probably go to the Katarina game. Because that game has... haven't looked at that one in a while. Lim just taking his sweet time here. 4 minutes. Okay, quickly, Katarina. What's going on? Not a bad position. I like her chances. if she keeps up the pace, looking fine. Okay, we'll stay with this game. Maybe we'll witness a flag fall. Rook e7 looked interesting. The pawns are falling. Andrew's used to playing with low time. But yeah, he's just down a piece. And pawns are equal. Lim's gonna win this. Okay, let's glance at the Ashwin game. This is scary. Would much rather be white. But if he can hold a draw, we'll be in very good shape. And then this game, f5, interesting. This bishop is shut out for the time being, but so is the knight. I like the pace that Katerina is playing with. Like, she's playing well today. Despite losing the first round, someone offered a draw. Yeah, despite losing the first round, she drew Andrew Tang. She's putting up a very good fight here. Any points she gets are just basically bonus points, given our lineup. Maybe Ashwin offered the draw? Yeah, and Greenhaven declined the draw. So Sean Nagel playing for a win. He has less time. Ashwin has time to think, which is good. We're not quite in table-based territory, but we might get there soon. At some point, a pawn will get traded, and it'll be like rook and 2 versus, or knight and 2 versus rook and king. So I think as long as Ashwin can just maintain his focus and not get forked, that would be ideal. But 3 games still going. Akshat Chandra low on time. He has 5 seconds left. Katerina has minute 30. Looking fine. I think I would slightly prefer black here. I don't know if it's a huge advantage, but white's light squared bishop is just stuck. And just play knight g6, get the knight to a better spot. At some point, white will probably play e3. But e3 runs into knight f3, so I like the fact that Katerina is leaving her knight on h4. But now she has a choice to make. Does she play king f7? Does she play g6? I can't draw arrows, but okay, we'll see what happens. She could also play knight to g6 and attack this pawn. Lim is asking for the score. 2-0, right? Okay, so Lim won. Yeah, so Lim officially beat Andrew Tang. Looks like Andrew flagged. Knight f3. Ooh. Yes, Katerina won. Akshat just flagged. Nice move, knight f3. 3-0. Last game. If Ashwin can hold, we'll be in very good shape. That really turned around. We lost the first round 1-3. Then we came back 3-1. And now it's 3-0. Hopefully 3.5 to half this round if Ashwin can draw. It's looking scary though. How does this king wind up so far on h4? I mean, we still got to take this seriously. All the points we can get. I don't like this. King g3 is probably best try, but f4 is coming. Ooh, can he check? And then if e5, rook a4, and he wins the f pawn. Wow, he's threatening mate in 1. And he's going to hold on to his f-pawn. But there's knight take f7. I still don't know what's going on. White's still probably winning, actually. I forgot. Knight take f7. Avoids any mate. Can the king run back quickly enough? So black is threatening this move. No, this is just over. Oh, throw in the check. Okay. It is tricky though. Maybe not just over. Bring the king in, f4. Don't play king f5. Don't play king f5. King f5, knight h6. Okay, he sees it. But what else to do? He could play rook g1. He could play king d5. Nah, this is losing. Yeah, king e4, but just white's gonna queen. That's sad. Rook f4 maybe? No. So sad. Poor Ashwin. To be fair, he was probably losing most of this game. Oh, he's gonna go for my my stalemate tricks. But it's not gonna work. Good try. There is a rule in Pro Chess League: you can never resign if you have a rook left, or just a king left. He's hoping for knight f5 stalemate. Not happening. Okay, so 3-1. I'll update the scoreboard. We're in very good shape. The current match score is now. Let me update the match score. So we already have 8 points. 8-5. Is that true? Can I do math? It's 8-6, right? No. Why can't I do math? 8-5. But that adds up to 13. Maybe it's 7-5. Wait. 1 plus 3 plus 3. 7-5. Okay. Right? 3 plus 1 plus 1. Okay. 7-5. Let me just update the individual results. So Lim won. Ashwin lost. Katerina won. Katerina's so clutch, pulling through for us. We have one more game, or one more round, 4 more games. We need 1.5 to win this match. It's not over. Anything can happen. Stay strong, guys. One more game starts. Last round starts in 4 minutes. Okay. So let me save this. Wait, that was wrong. Katerina won. And then save. Okay. I think it's been a while since I've looked at the chat. My windows are so disorganized because I have OBS, I have chess.com, I have Facebook, I have Photoshop where I'm updating the scoreboard. I see Anton squared me and Braden, and Tall Rules, so guys are still involved. What do I want to do? Did I miss anything important? TRX FTW is asking something about Hikaru. Seems random. Anton squared me is clearly a Sean Nagel fan. Also pointing out that because I updated the score mid-round, it completely messed my brain up, which is true. Getting their energy. Yeah, we have renewable energy. It's built into our team somehow. So it didn't start off great, but I think the team is energized. The round starts in 4 more minutes, or not 4, 2 more minutes. The longer this goes, the more tired I get, the more difficult it is to say words or do math. I see Maxi AI. Hey guys, what's up? Yeah, we're gonna wait till next round starts. I'm gonna get some more water. I'll be right back for the last round. Oh, this is interesting. So there's a chat on chess.com. It's in Sean's game. Akshat is saying, yeah, idiotic me to flag in that position. My mouse got stuck. Um, yeah, like Akshat should not flag in this position. Because it's probably just a draw if he takes. Yeah, it's just an easy draw. Opposite color bishops. Take, take. So, there's been many games this season where our opponents have flagged in either drawn or completely winning positions. And we'll take all of those. There's no regrets about those, at least for us. Or no feeling bad, I should say. If losing is learning, does that mean learning is losing? That's too confusing. Z Nation Chess. Z Nation Chess, it looks like, is departing. And the games are starting, so Z Nation Chess will miss this last round. But thanks for being here for the stream. Okay, last round. Mauricio's time is ticking. D4 in one game, D4 in another game, E4 in this game. Ooh, modern. Okay. We'll see something. Oh, and this line. So I think there's been a lot of Londons this match. Like a lot of Londons, a lot of Readies. Because Andrew played the London. Who else played the London? I think Katerina played the London one game. Sean Nagel played the London. Very popular opening. This line is trendy, I know, with D takes C5. And it's a bit tricky. But didn't Katerina play this line as black against Andrew or something similar? Oh, Andrew played knight c3. Okay, so it's a bit different. So all we need is one win and one draw, right? To clinch the match. The score is 7-5. We need one win to draw the match. Let's hop around. If anyone wants to stay with a game, let me know. Katerina. Whoa, he's playing the hippo. What? It's been a while since I've seen a hippo. Did he intend to play the hippo? I guess after bishop c4, e6 is somewhat justified. Wow, it's a hippo. I actually saw a hippo not too long ago in December. I was on some safari in Indonesia. I'm curious. I'm gonna open up Lightroom real quick. And I'm gonna try and tweet. I don't usually tweet during stream, but I'm gonna try and find the picture of the hippo that I took, and then I'll screenshot this position, and it'll be something tweet-worthy. Okay. In the meantime, should we stay on this game? What to do? Oh, Anton can do it. Is Anton gonna beat me to it? Just like Photoshop a hippo like on the board. Okay, we'll do it anyway. Where's my hippo? Safari. That looks promising. There's elephants. Some kind of camel thing. I know there is a hippo. Zebra. But it was only like 1 or 2 pictures. Oh, here's the hippo. Okay. I got the hippo. It's already edited. So what I need to do is export that photo and then take a screenshot. Computer is so slow. With Photoshop, Lightroom, OBS, chess.com. I don't know if the stream is picking up the fan, but like my computer is so hot right now, which is actually nice because it's really cold outside in Chicago. So bring some warmth to the room. Let's export that. We'll call it, just leave it as B. Okay. What should I tweet? Sean Nagel is playing the hippo. When was the last time you've seen a hippo? Okay. I guess I'm tweeting from the Webster Windmill account, which is okay. So there's a hippo. And where's the other hippo? Did I not screenshot? Okay. So I need to screen capture this. I apologize for the lack of chess commentary, but this is really important. Sean Nagel. Okay. So now I have the screenshot, the chessboard, and the actual hippo. Beautiful. Pro chess hashtag. I guess I have to tag everyone too. Webster Windmills, Pro Chess League. Sean Nagel maybe? Nagel Chess. Chess.com. I think that's enough. Oh, Minnesota Blizzard. Okay. Tweet. Okay, so anyone who's still watching, if you want to see a picture of an actual hippo and not just the stupid hippo defense, go to our Twitter, twitter.com/Webster Windmill, no S, and you'll see the hippo in both forms. But for now, let's see what happened in this game. He played g5, which is, I think, a typical hippo idea. Like, the point of the hippo, you just, like, wait, and then you try and bite when your opponent least expects it. So he went for g5 and then g4, and then h5. He's going crazy, but he wants to play h4, and maybe bishop h6. f4 looks very reasonable. If black takes on passant, the f file opens. If black doesn't take on passant, white just has a huge mass in the center, and now there's a free square for the bishop on f2. So I think it's okay. I think I prefer white. But it is Sean Nagel, so you can never know. Oh, I forgot to tag Anton Squared Me. I apologize. I guess you could retweet it. Can you retweet it and tag yourself? I don't know. Let me quit out of Lightroom because it's just killing my computer. I'm seeing the spinning wheel of death, which is not good. What? I don't want your tips. Okay, quit, skip. Oops, didn't want to do that. Okay. So, are things still working? Yeah, things look okay. So all 4 games still going. The match is in our favor, 7-5. Sean Nagel just played h4, which looks like it's forcing bishop f2. These pawns are scary. What is Katerina thinking about? Is she considering f5? Maybe she's considering f5. Wow. f5. Take the bishop. Take the knight. But then rook take h2 is really scary, because then black is threatening rook h1, queen h4 with mate. But white gets the first check on f7, and then king f8. I think it's too risky for white. Oh, but she takes in g3 in the end? I don't know what's going on. I'm too old for this. Bishop f2 is solid. But it's also scary. Like, black has pressure. f4 needs to be defended. Knight d3 makes a lot of sense. Maybe it's scary for both sides. Chess is just a scary game. Looks like black wants to castle queenside, put the other rook on g8. and go for some eventual g3. It's going to be a fight. Let's go on to some other game. Ashwin being solid. I like it. Doing stuff. Nimzo, Rubenstein. Played f3 against the recommendation of Ben Feingold, but I think it's an okay position. He's debating whether to take with knight and leave the IQP on d5, or take the pawn and just be symmetrical. Mauricio Flores against Lim. What's happening here? So it was some Grunfeld, and Lim was being interesting. Things got traded. Knight c6 was played. Knight a5, allowing queen take a8. And that's what happens. So a queen for 2 rooks. Lim wins the pawn on b7. So it's actually a queen and 2 pawns for 2 rooks. But white does have the bishop pair. White has his pawn on c5. Very imbalanced. Usually there's a rule for these positions in terms of telling who's better, that if Lim is playing one side, then he's usually better. So I think I would stick with that rule and prefer black. But you never know. There's a square on c4 for the knight. The problem is, like, if knight c4, there's some eventual, like, c6, bishop b7. But I don't know. Sometimes these positions, the question is whether or not the pawn is strong or weak. And in this case, there's a debate. So Lim might take his time here. It looks like a pretty critical moment. Katerina? Whoa! Okay, Katerina just won the game of Connect 4. And that's a tweet. Okay, tweeting a little too much here. But anytime you see like 4 pawns in a row, you have to tweet about it. Katerina wins the game of Connect 4. Connect 4 is a really fun game, actually. Like, so much strategy and prophylaxis and calculation. Pro chess. Okay. Tag everyone. Pro Chess League. Minnesota. Okay. Okay. This is so visually appealing. Just look at those pawns. I mean, black is trying to attack the pawns, but everything's defended. No Friction is in the chat. Hello, No Friction. Thanks for joining just in time for the finale of the match. Bishop e1. That's awkward looking, but she is unleashing her rook. She's also making it, this is actually a really important concept when it comes to pawn breaks, where if black ever plays g3, the files don't have to open because white can play g3. So the bishop no longer being on f2 actually keeps white a bit safer. So despite the awkward square, it's actually, it does have some strategic value, this move bishop e1. And she's putting the ball in black's court, like what to do for black. There's not too much space to work with. And he doesn't necessarily want to commit the king. Like if he castles queenside, there's potential for a massive attack for whites. So, yeah, Katerina performing very well today. I think she was a very solid pick for board 4. No Friction didn't know that I do commentary. This is actually one of my first times ever doing commentary for any type of match. I think I did it a couple times last year, also for Pro Chess League. But first time this year. Hopefully it's going okay. It is tough being one person. But I think as long as I don't set the place on fire or spill everything over my laptop, it should be okay. G3 was played anyway, so H3 looks like a no-brainer. Unless she wants to try and win a pawn. I think the idea of G3 is to meet H3 with knight H5 and continue to build up pressure against this F4 pawn. Even though F4 is defended, she took? Wait, what? Oh, she took. Really? Yeah, I was going to say, even though F4 is defended 3 times, there's still a lot of potential for black to attack it, like knight H5 and also E5. So the pawn is pinned to the queen. So she won a pawn. The problem with winning a pawn is it opens up files for black. Now black has the open H file and the half open G file. But a pawn's a pawn. No pawn intended. Castling queenside. Okay, this is going to be a fun game. Because white has some breakthrough, like C5. Or she's just going for defense because she's up a pawn. Oh, maybe she's going for B4. Connect 6. Get bonus points for that. This is exciting. I could just spend all the time on this game and not watch like any of the other games. Let's just quickly look at the other games and then we'll come back to this game. Tamaz against Andrew Tang. Ooh, also pretty crazy. Equal material, pass C pawn versus pass B pawn. Knight D3 looks attractive. I think things are under control for black, but who knows. C6 was played. This is kind of scary. But knight takes C6, free pawn. Whoa. Knight takes C6, rook C1. So tricky. Because then black would win back material after bishop takes C1, rook takes C1. So queen C8. That's such a devious quiet move. Because the bishop is stuck. Black just wants to take the bishop. And like the only move to save the bishop is bishop b7, but then knight take b7, and black wins another pawn. Or black would win the c pawn, so then it would be queen and 2 pawns for the 2 rooks. Probably some edge for black. Let's check on Ashwin. So he took with knight on d4. He's playing against the IQP. Probably the most positional game out of all these games. It's going to be a long fight, but he does have the time advantage. Braden is asking about bishop b6, probably in the limb game. Bishop b6 in this position. I mean, bishop b6, knight takes c6, probably, covering d8. And then rook c1, queen take a8. So, yeah, it should be okay. I guess black does have 2 threats, like queen take a8 and knight takes c6 here. So, that's nice. And the time advantage for Lim. Going back to the Katarina game. e5, explosive. Also unleashing the bishop, which, I don't know, looks risky. Oh, one thing I forgot, though, about this bishop d1 move is that she's covering h5, so the knight is somewhat restricted. And this bishop is actually really well placed on d1. Because if this knight has to retreat, that's like one less attacker for black. So he takes. Take back with pawn, good. And she also might be able to just neutralize the b7 bishop by putting her bishop on f3. And never forget, white's up a pawn. So if it ever simplifies, white's up a pawn. Bishop f3. I like the speed. She's treating this very well. Still sharp. Like you can never underestimate two rooks on open files. But white is still dictating play. R.I.P. wall, she ruined it. Yeah, I guess she was about to build like a big, beautiful wall that black would definitely pay for, but that just didn't pan out. But okay, sometimes it's okay to be positional. Gotta pick your battles. Yeah, we could stick with this game. The time situation in every game, I think, favors us. Ashwin has 7 minutes to Akshot's like 4.5 minutes. Lim, same situation, 7.5 minutes to 4.5 minutes. Katerina has 7 minutes to 5 minutes. Tamaz has 7 minutes to about 5 minutes. So we have like a 2 to 3 minute time advantage in every game. Which is sometimes like what I've realized, time can be the dictating factor in like who's better in a match or even in a game. Knight h4, aggressive. g2 is a target. So yeah, I don't know. I was liking this for white, but black has initiative now. And knight f5 is coming, which is very strong outpost square. This is scary, actually. I'm glad that I don't have to deal with this, but I'm a little bit nervous for Katerina. Like, can she like make sure everything's covered? As knight f5 comes, I guess there's queen e4 check, but it's scary. I guess she has to figure out whether to defend or attack, and clearly she's going for the attack. Knight f5 is met with queen e4 check, or queen f3 check. And this is going to be incredibly sharp. c5, I like it. Now there is potential for queens to get traded, like knight takes c5, knight takes c5, queen takes c5. I don't know what's going on there. If queens come off the board, white should be okay, I would think. But this bishop, yeah, this bishop's not doing much. So maybe the plan for white is to drop the bishop back to f2. Like play queen e4 and then bishop f2. And then hope that there's no immediate mate for black. So the match is going to end in like 10 minutes. Wow. That's the thing about rapid chess. These games go by quick. Let's do another quick hop over. Look at the Tamaz game, which was a little bit crazy. Still is crazy. Queen d4 check, just crushing. No, bishop's hanging. So f4, going all out. I don't know. It's getting tactical. Black's king does not want to be on e7. This might be the worst position out of all of them. Let's look at the Flores game. Lim should be winning this, I would hope. Lim has got to win this, right? How many pawns? He has 3 pawns and the queen. Passed e-pawn, potential for pass pawn on the queen side. E5. Ooh, e5, nice move. F4 coming next. Okay, so if we win this game, we guarantee a draw. The Ashwin game, all Ashwin needs to do is draw, and we should win the match. The other 2 games are kind of toss-ups, given how complicated they are. But this looks very reasonable. Like, white's probably just slightly better, but the game could go on for a lot longer. Gonna keep hopping around here. I do see a question. Wait, if bishop take f2, rook take g2. What game is that? Is that the... What game is that? Bishop f2, rook take g2. Oh, in this game, I guess. The bishop f2. So bishop f2, rook take g2, queen take g2, rook g8. Ah, I see. Maybe. Oh, she played bishop to f2. Rook take g2 wasn't played. Maybe because black would be giving away 2 rooks. Maybe is enough for white to hold on. Ilya Nizhnik in the chat. I think Ilya receives the award for strongest player ever to watch my stream. So he will be gifted with the mod title. This is exciting. We're ahead in the match. We just need a point and a half more. Hoping people don't screw up. Let's get to real time with this game. Yeah, if Ilya could just tell us what's going on here, that would be nice. Because I have no idea. It's going to come down to whoever checkmates first. But white has initiative. Like, white's threatening this queen take pawn. White also has knights, which are sometimes tricky. Oh, g8 wasn't protected. Ah. Yeah, sometimes you just assume g8's protected. Ilya likes white. That's good. Yeah, Katerina playing very well today. Like, she's managing her time well. I know she's been busy. Like, she's pursuing a PhD, which I don't think gives you too much time for chess. But maybe she's just fresh. She has had a break from chess. So, coming back with some energy. Ray believes white wins. Caleb believes Katerina will lose. I believe we will win this game. Wow. So many beliefs. But what's the truth? Okay, we're gonna go forward here. But I really want to stay on this game. Rook take f3? Oh, there is a rook on f3. Okay. Okay, things are complicated. Is Lim winning yet? Oh, Lim won. Good timing. Okay. So Lim won. It's 8-5. We need a half point out of these 3 games. We're gonna go forward here. And ban someone. Yeah, moderators, you might have to ban people who are spamming, but anyway, I took care of that. Rosen, can we do one endgame exercise after this round? I mean, I would stick around. The problem is I have a lesson, like a private lesson, starting at 8 in 18 minutes. So I have to. I'll be busy from 8 to 9. I'll probably be back 11 p.m. So I'll be back like 3 hours after this match ends. So if you want to stick around, I am doing somewhat daily streams too. So if you miss whatever, you can go to my website, iamrosen.com, and then click on schedule, and you'll see my stream schedule there. Katerina will win 100%. Katrina will win. Who's Katrina? Katerina 68. Ooh, 2 knights. Up 2 pawns. Nice. You can never like take anything for granted though. All she needs is a draw. Oh, Caleb wants pics to be edited. You know what? Okay, let me send a private message right now to Facebook. I'll only send it to Caleb because I did edit a pic. Probably not the time to do so, given games are still going on. Caleb. I completely forgot. Like I made a photo and then I forgot. Um, but shout out to Caleb giving support from the Webster crew. Caleb. Oh no, I didn't save it as a right format. Okay, never mind. Caleb's gonna have to wait. We're gonna focus on these games still. 3 games still going. Akshat Chandra about to flag. Nothing too new. Ashwin being solid. I like it. There's still 10 minutes. Yeah, there's 10 minutes for me to eat and like recover from talking so much. Knight take g6. Stuff is happening. That looks beautiful. Bishop take e3. I don't know what's going on. Things are being captured left and right. Queen e8, not capturing the knight. Ashwin shouldn't go too crazy, but I think we have this match in the bag. Yeah, Katerina doing well still. Tamaz haven't looked at in a while. This position's blowing up. I don't know what's going on. Things are just everywhere. I don't know which game to look at. We'll stay on this game because it's so crazy. Tamaz just got forked. There's queen a7 check. Good move. But the rook's still attacked, and the king's in the center. Knight f2 is probably met with rook take f2, queen take f2, knight take g8. So he plays that. This knight is so good on d3 though. It's controlling a lot of like key checking squares. e5's off limits, e1's probably off limits. Knight d5, that's a good move. Maybe he missed knight d5. Ouch. Whoa. The king is gonna take some luck. Ashwin's lost? Oh no. Wait, we just need half a point. Like, Katerina, don't go crazy. Or maybe Akshat will flag. Wait, let's look at the Ashwin game. How did he lose a piece? No! He went too crazy. But Akshat might flag. The bishop is trapped, almost. Take the bishop? There's no mates, right? Because the queen can check on b8 and come back to g3. Yes, flag, please flag. He's not flagging. It's still complicated, but maybe he can just escape with some perpetual. Or take on d4. Good move. He's winning. Nice. At least a draw. Queen e4. Not necessary. Okay, this is looking good. Ashwin doing work. Oh, queen e4 just simplifies and he wins b6. I wonder if Akshat knows the score. Like, Akshat has to play for a win. Ooh, Akshat playing for a win. The games are still going. Like, all 3 games still going. All we need is 1 draw. Katerina still up 2 pawns. I like it. Katerina beating Sean Nagel. That's nice. And the Tamaz game. Whoa. Andrew Tang low on time. What is going on? Is Black just losing? Probably. That's sad. Knight f2 doesn't work. He plays it anyway. Problem is queen b5. And then queen take e5. That's so sad. Ouch. Oh, queen c5. He's alive. Barely. King e4. What is going on? The king is going to get mated, right? King g4 maybe? This is so scary. King h4 only move. Ah, g3. Queen h5 mate. Well done to Andrew. So we lost that game. 2 games left. Ooh, this is scary. Ashwin can draw this, hopefully. But it's not a gimme. Knight's probably better, because all these pawns are off limits from the bishop. So Katerina just needs a draw. Be careful. Please be careful. She wins e6. Should be a draw. We'll stay on this game. You just can't let black get like some mating attack. Oh, that was very good that she took with knight and not rook, because there was rook. I think there was some rook check. I don't know. Don't get mated, Kashka. Okay. Fair enough. He's playing on. That's scary. Oh no. Wait, it's still okay, right? Good, run, keep running. No, it's gonna be rook and knight versus, this is annoying to watch. Okay, let's look at Ashwin. She should still draw this. 50 moves. She can claim draw at move 125, if I can do math. Oh man. No, Ashwin's losing? No! Katerina needs to draw this for us to win. Otherwise the match is a draw. Are you serious? This happened last week, and white got forked. Put the rook far away. Put the rook far away. You need to survive till move 120. Good. It's fine to repeat. Oh, there is no fork. Knight f4, the knight was pinned. The knight's still pinned. Don't get forked, please. Just rook h, yeah, very fine. Keep checking. It's fine to keep checking. Just gain time. Stay calm. Rook h1, good move. You always keep the rook as far away as possible so it can deliver checks and not get forked. Just keep checking, gain time. King, okay, fine. This is so stressful to watch. Okay. Very fine. Draw and move 124. She should be aware of that. You got this, Katerina. Be careful. Don't put the king on the wrong square. Like, I don't know. And don't use all your time either. Move the rook far away. Good. Yeah, good. Pin. Good, fine. Okay, 100. We have 25 or 24 more moves. Just keep throwing the checks. You got this. Good. About 20 more moves. This is tough. Like, having 15 seconds left. 2-second increments. Rook a1? What's rook a1? Okay, fine. Yeah, as long as the rook stays far away. So stressful. Good move. Fine. She's threatening rook take d5. Okay, keep the king somewhere. Yeah, okay. Good move. Oh my gosh. Keep checking. 10 more moves. You can do this. Don't get forked. Trade rooks? No. Knight d5. Okay. You're still doing fine. You got this. Okay, fine. Keep the pin. Just keep being patient. Be careful. Be careful. Ooh, be very careful. Yeah, just keep checking from behind. That should last you just a few more moves. Don't flag. Please don't flag. Rook e8. King f1, good, run. King g1, just run and then offer draw. Please offer a draw. You can claim it now. Just claim the draw. Yes. Good job, Katarina. 8.5, 7.5. That was crazy. That chat, the chess.com chat, man. Nice job. Katarina pulled through. Other people slipped, but that was a huge team effort. 8.5 to 7.5. These numbers don't actually fit, or do they? They do fit. So the last round, I don't even know what happened. Katarina drew. She was up 2 pawns though. It's crazy. Katarina drew, Ashwin lost, Tamaz lost, Lim won. Nice job updating the scoreboard. Save. That was incredible. And props to Minnesota. That was a really close match. We were the heavy favorite based on rating, but they put up a very tough, close fight. Okay, I'm ending it. I'm sorry. I would love to stick around, look at games, do other stuff, but I have to go. I might be back later. I'll definitely be back tomorrow. Stay tuned. Thanks everyone for watching. Shout out to Ilya, who's still in the chat, and Brayden, and No Friction. No Friction. I trained her well. Okay. Yeah. Take care. Adios and goodbye.